Hi YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. I'm hoping to use this channel as an excuse for me to sit on the floor and talk about the predatory nature and practices of multi-level marketing companies with a specific focus on Beachbody. Today I have a really short clip that I'd like us to listen to from a Beachbody coach talking about time management and how you spend your day. I would like to go into more detail with this in the future because Beachbody coaches tend to guilt individuals about how they spend their day and how a person may not make a certain thing a priority over another thing. And I think it would be an interesting topic for a longer discussion. I'm just going to press play and we're going to start.
Hello, everybody. It's David here. Early in the morning, I feel good, a little no excuses. Mindset message for you guys today on this early morning day. And today's topic I want to talk to you guys about is time management. How often do you say to yourself, I don't have time, I am so busy? When it comes to maybe something like I always say, working out, taking care of your health, doing some exercise, the most common theme that I hear is, David, I don't have time. I'm just so busy. So my thing to you is, let's talk about the lack of having time. Let's talk about, the 24 hours in a day. Let's talk about the thing that stops us so often from achieving whatever we want or getting a little healthier or getting more fit is saying we're too busy, we don't have time. So we all have 24 hours in a day, right? No more, no less. We all have 86,400 seconds in a day. And I can tell you that right up front, the secret to those that are successful and those that aren't, the secret to those that are achieving the things that they want and those that aren't, is they know how to manage their time effectively. Because if
Beachbody coaches and MLM distributors in general tend to say statements that are obvious and common sense, such as we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all have the same amount of seconds. I don't remember exactly what he said. While this statement is obviously true, it's not when you look a little bit deeper into it. Everyone has different things going on. Everyone can function at different levels of sleep, of tiredness, of stress, of anxiety. I'm going to go into this a little bit more later, but one person may be able to handle trauma in their life or an adversity differently than another person. So just keep that in mind as he's talking.
If we're not going to get more time, then we need to get better at the time that we have. So let's break it down. 24 hours in a day, okay? Let's say you're somebody that I need about 6 hours of sleep. They say that's really what a human being can need is 6.
Who's they, sir? I just love how these MLM distributors are always talking about different statistics and studies, but they never cite how many or where they get the information from. I'd like to hear from you. How much sleep do you need in a day to function? I'd say at least 7. I'm not sure if anyone's going to say, oh, I only need 6. Let me know below how much you need.
6 hours, but you may say, David, but I need 7 hours. Okay, 24 hours minus 7 takes us to 17 hours left in the day.
So you need 7 hours of sleep. So he's minusing exactly the 7 hours. How many people don't have a single part of their bedtime routine? How many people can just jump right into bed and fall asleep immediately? For me, it's at least an hour and a half for getting ready and then winding down. So I would like at least 7 hours in a day. That would be minusing 8.5 hours for me. It doesn't make any sense. I highly doubt he can just jump right into bed and be fast asleep.
Okay, 17 hours left in a day. Let's say you work 8 hours in a day, but you know what? You commute, and your commute is an hour each way. So that's 10 hours that you work in a day. 8 for working and another 2 for traveling. So now you went from 17 hours and now you have 7 hours left, okay? Then let's say you have kids, you have family activities, you have dinner, you have baths, we have 7 hours left, okay? Let's say when you get home from work, I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whatever it is, that now you have, I'll give you 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours
Well, thank you, random person on the internet, for giving me 3 to 4 hours to spend time with my family and for being a parent or a spouse if you're in that situation. At least he is acknowledging that people have family responsibilities. But remember, his motive for this discussion is to try to guilt his downline into working, even if they're overwhelmed and busy and feel stressed out by all the other things they have going on. He's trying to say, look, doesn't matter what you have going on, you can find time to work out, you can find time for your business.
For family time, for activities, for babies that you take care of, whatever it is. So 7 hours minus 4 is 3 hours left in your day. This is my question to you. What are you doing with those 3 hours left in a day? You probably don't realize that if you start tracking your time, you're actually doing shit, excuse my language, that's not moving your life forward. You're scrolling social media, you are watching TV, you are sitting around in your kitchen or on your couch just playing victim mentality. You're taking a 30-minute nap.
What's wrong with any of those things other than playing victim mentality? This is a thing across, I feel like, across the MLM industry, how everything you do has to be business related, has to be personal development related, and if it's not worth doing. I think that's an extremely toxic mentality, an extremely toxic way to think about how you spend your time. What if you have a stressful job? What if you are a nurse in an emergency room right now and you're scared that you're going to get COVID and pass it to your family? What if you're a police officer or a firefighter and you come home and you're just exhausted and stressed and you need to decompress with Netflix or a nap or just sitting on the couch doing nothing? Let's not even think about those more extreme examples. What if you're in a job where you use a lot of brain power? So what if you're a scientist in a lab? What if you're a university professor? What if you are writing a PhD dissertation in something really hard to understand and you're using a lot of intellectual brain power and you need time to come home and do something mindless? Why is it so bad to just sit on the couch and relax? Why is it if you're just sitting on the couch, you're automatically saying that you're a victim? No, you're saying that you're a human being who needs to rest, who needs to recharge, who may have had a stressful day, or maybe just wants to sit around and do nothing. Also, he just said you're taking a 30-minute nap. Who cares? What if you have insomnia? What if you have kids who are up all night who may be sick and maybe you got to sleep at 4 a.m.? What if you have a chronic condition that messes up your hormones and your energy levels and you're tired when you get home from work and you need to sleep? Why are you making it seem like a 30-minute nap is such a horrible thing to do? How come when you're in an MLM, you can't just be a human and sit and maybe do nothing for a bit without being guilted? I'd like to know, what do you do when you're doing nothing to relax? I enjoy Netflix. I enjoy reading books about mysteries and psychological thrillers. I enjoy watching movies. What do you like? Let me know below.
I don't know, but there's 3 hours left in a day that you could be using to read a book that's going to help you grow your mind on how to have more energy or how to manage your time better, right? There's a great book, Eat That Frog. It goes over that. Or maybe you're spending 25 to 30 minutes to get exercise in so that, in fact, you're more efficient. Even in those other hours that you're throughout the day, you'll probably get more done. Maybe you're spending some time working on a side hustle or a business like Kristen and I did for 10.
There it is. That's the whole point of this little rant on his YouTube channel. He is using this to guilt his downline when they say, I don't have time, I'm too stressed out, there's too much going on. He's saying, look, even if this person works full-time, commutes 2 hours a day, has a bunch of kids, they still have 3 hours at the end of the day that they have to use and be productive. Instead of decompressing after a long day, instead of maybe dealing with family circumstances that he's not taking into account, sick child, sick parent, whatever it could be. There's hundreds of different situations a person could find themselves in. What do you think about that below? I would love to hear your opinion.
Years to build something that created the life for us to both be home. I don't know, but the point is this: when you break down the 24 hours like I just did, you have the time. It's just that you're all over the place doing crap and you're wasting time and not doing the things to move your life forward. So guys, my challenge.
I'd like to know, sir, why you think humans have to be doing something all the time, and if we're not, we are wasting our time on crap. I think mental health and well-being is extremely important, especially during this challenging time. And I don't appreciate some man on the internet telling me how to use my time. I'm going to go into this more when I talk about how Beachbody coaches overcome objections, but you'll see that these coaches think they have a right to question you on how you spend your time, to say, show me what you do every day, show me where you waste your time, and then we can make sure you get a workout in. No, as an adult, I don't need to justify what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis to you. I can decide how to spend my time and when I want to do things. Thank you.
Challenge to you is start tracking your hours and your time and stop saying that you're too busy. Yes.
No, thank you. I'm not going to track my time because as an adult, I just said I have the right to spend my time the way I want. Thank you.
You're busy. Everybody's busy. We all have things going on in our life. We all have challenges, but there's people out there doing exactly what it is that you want to accomplish. It's because they're more efficient in their time and they track their time. But Chris,
what if someone has a mental health issue that makes it harder for them to do what you're saying and work and be efficient and all the time? I know this is like a 2-second video and I'm pausing so much, but I'm getting fired up because he's just assuming that everyone's perfectly mentally healthy. No one has any external circumstances that may make functioning harder. And just because you have free time doesn't mean that you're free. I've learned that during the pandemic. Humans need time on their own to relax and recharge and do nothing if that's what they need. So please don't guilt people for how they spend their time. You do not need to explain yourself to an MLM coach or distributor on the internet who's trying to recruit you into their team.
Kristen and I, when we look at our 24 hours, we know to get our exercise in, we need to get up before our kids get up to get the exercise in. So that's because, how do we figure that out? We broke down our schedule and looked at our day. Look at your day, because if you look at your day and you really analyze it, you will find you have the time to do the things that become a priority. If it's not a priority, then just accept the fact that you won't make the time. So guys, that's my message to you.
That's all we're going to listen to. He's pretty much done. He just said, if it's not a priority, just accept the fact that you're not going to make the time. Well, if someone on the internet is saying no to joining your pyramid scheme, just accept the fact they don't want to join you, and don't pressure people you don't know or barely know into joining your scheme, and don't guilt people for how they spend their time. If someone like this approaches you on the internet, you do not need to explain yourself to them. A no is no. You don't need to justify your answer. You can just say no. If they keep bugging you, block them. That's all you have to do. You can just be polite and straight to the point, say no, and block them if needed. That's all I have for today. Sorry, I got a little heated. Sorry it was so long and I was talking so much. I just find this to be a real issue in the multi-level marketing industry, not just in Beachbody, but across many companies. As I said, I'm going to, at some point, jump into more detail about time management in Beachbody and how Beachbody coaches tend to guilt people for how they spend their time and expect strangers to justify their daily schedule for some reason. So let me know what you think and like the video if you liked it, or leave a comment if you found something interesting. Thank you.